Good morning, everyone. Happy spring. Let's all sit and take a nice long inhale and exhale. We're always talking about yoga and how yoga is our practice. So when we need to be able to stay calm, we have that practice. And right now we're all testing our practice. So let's breathe together. Inhale and exhale. Let your eyes either have a soft gaze or let them float shut. Let your sit bones release down into the earth. Let the crown of the head lift toward the sky. Let the shoulders roll back and melt down gently. And then bring your awareness back to your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Now see if you can lengthen the breath just by letting your sit bones release down and lifting through the crown of the head. Inhaling and exhaling down into the earth. And again, inhale and exhale. A few more like that. Now see if you can lengthen the breath even more by giving it a count. Whatever count works for you, maybe 5 or 6 on the inhale, and the same on the exhale. You can visualize your diaphragm lowering as you inhale to let all fresh air fill your lungs, and then lifting to expel all stale air from the lungs. And again. And again. And if you gave yourself a count, let go of that. Take your arms out and around. We'll do this 3 times. Bring your hands to your heart. And again, reaching out and up. And bring your hands to your heart. And this one last time, reaching out and up. And bringing your hands to your heart. We'll begin our practice today with the sound of Om. Inhale. To that inner light that shines within us all. And let your hands float down and your eyes float open if you have them closed. Just take a nice comfortable seat to begin, reaching out and up, and just notice what foot is in front. Side bend to the right. Take it up. And side bend to the left. And take it up and twist. Inhaling, letting the gaze drift right over the right shoulder to begin, and then bring the gaze over the opposite shoulder to give the neck a little stretch. Release, and we'll do the other side, reaching out and up. Take it to the left, bring the right hand onto the left knee, lengthen and gaze over the left shoulder. Let's begin. And keeping the twist, gaze over the opposite shoulder. Back to center. And then we'll switch. So you can bring your knees together, do a nice little fancy switch if you want. And we'll do the whole thing on the other side, reaching out and up. First we'll side bend to the right. Take it up and side bend to the left. And take it up, twist to the first side, gazing over the right shoulder to begin. And then we'll gaze over the opposite shoulder. Oh, that feels so good. Back to center and the other side, reaching out and up. This time we take the right hand to the left knee and the left hand behind us. Lengthen, gazing over the left shoulder to begin. And then we'll gaze over the opposite shoulder. And back to center. I'll keep sliding back so you can see my feet. We'll bring the soles of our feet together. I don't know if you can see them in this, but bring the soles of the feet together and then slide them a little forward. So we call this Tarasana. So you have a nice diamond shape in between your legs. Bring your hands to your ankles or up to your shins, whatever feels comfortable. And we'll do what we call camel riding. Inhaling into your cow back and exhaling into your cat back. A few more of those. Inhaling into your cow and exhaling into your cat. One more. Inhaling into your cow and exhaling into your cat. Good. Now inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head, and exhale, hinge forward. Let the navel reach back toward the spine. Bring the crown of the head forward. Walk your hands forward. And just relax here, letting go of the hips. Let the hips go. Let the crown of the head release down. Just let the neck go. Let everything go. Shake your head yes and no. Breathing. Keep bringing that navel back toward the spine so we're hinging forward. And again, think about lengthening through the crown and then exhaling, releasing. Inhaling and exhaling. And come on up and keep the right foot right where it is, or maybe even slide it in a little bit and take the left foot forward. So you're sliding the left foot forward, the right foot is reaching back. I wonder if I can get you to see this better. So you want them on track and reach in and out, and then we'll take that forward fold again. So the left foot is forward of the right foot. We're just opening up through the hips, breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. One more breath. Take it up and we'll switch. So slide the right foot forward, slide the left foot back. So you want them on each on their own track. You don't want them crossing over one another. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward once again. Don't forget to keep the awareness on the breath, the inhaling and the exhaling. Breathing in and out. One more breath. Then slowly roll up. Pull your ankles forward, cross your ankles, come on to your hands and your knees. I guess I should come sideways here. Bring your wrists right under your shoulders, bring your knees right under your hips. And now we'll do some gentle cat and cows here. Inhaling into your cow and exhaling into your cat to really open up through the back and the shoulders. Inhaling, cow, and exhaling, cat. One more time. Inhale, cow, and exhale, cat. Take the right arm out to the side and then thread the right arm through, relaxing down towards the shoulder, relaxing down towards the side of the head, relaxing here in thread the needle. 5 breaths and thread the needle. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Keep going. Let your breath be your guide. One more breath. Good. do the same thing on the other side. So make sure you bring your wrists back under your shoulders and your knees back under your hips. Take the other arm out and thread that arm through, relaxing on the shoulder, relaxing on the side of the head, bringing the awareness to the back body. So right in between the shoulder blades. Breathe there, right in between. Inhaling and exhaling. 5 breaths. Come back to neutral, come back to primitive pose, and then sit back on your heels. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, side bend again. Just opening up through the side body, reach it up, and take it to the other side. And then reach it up, and interlace your hands and stretch those hands all the way up. Opening up through the wrists. Breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. One more breath. And release. Come onto your knees. See how this works. Okay. And bring the right hand down and take the left leg out to the side. Press the foot down, reach it out and up. Gate pose, Parikasana, side bending toward the straight leg. Reaching those fingertips up towards the ceiling. Cross, your arm is reaching across your ear. And we're breathing here. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath. Release. Bring that knee down. You can bring your hands down if you need to, and then take the other leg out. Pressing the foot down, pressing the sole of the foot down, reaching out and up. And this time we side bend to the opposite side and stretch through that side body and breathe here. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath. Bring your hands down. Bring your knees wide. Bring your big toes to touch. Sit back toward those heels. Walk your hands through for child's pose. So you can either create a little shelf with your forearms if you'd like, or walk your hands forward, or even take your arms back. Relax the crown of the forehead onto the ground. Inhale and exhale here. 5 breaths in child's pose. Just melting those sit bones down towards the heels. Inhaling and exhaling. 3 more breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Coming onto your hands and your knees. Again, we'll crisscross and bring your legs forward. Spread those toes. Spread them as much as you can. I don't know if the bottom of my feet are clean or not these days. Keep the left leg straight and bring the right leg in for Janu Shirshasana, reaching out and up. And if you have a belt, grab it. If not, just walk your hand down your legs, lengthen and melt over your leg. And breathe here. Inhaling and exhaling. 2 more breaths. right hand. Either hold the shin, or if you can interlace your hand underneath the right foot, do that and straighten that right leg any amount. And then pull it back, just opening up through the hip. Breathing into the right hip. Relax here for a moment, inhaling and exhaling, letting that right hip release down to the earth. And then taking hold of the shin with your hands and bringing the right knee out to the side and bringing your shin as parallel as feels comfortable, and then just rolling your hip in a socket one way and then the other. A few more of those just to release that tension, all of this tension on our hips. Oh my goodness. One way and then the other. And then release it down. We'll switch. Take the right leg forward, spread those toes, and then slide the left leg in. Sit up tall. Reach out and up. And again, remembering to reach the crown of the head towards the wall in front of you. Lengthen and release. Navel reaches in, crown reaches forward. We continue to breathe, inhaling and exhaling. Take 2 more breaths here. And then come on up. Now take hold of the left knee with your left hand, bring it up, and wherever you could reach, whether it be your shin, the back of your shin, interlace your hand under the foot if you can do that. Don't let those shoulders pop out of their sockets though. Plug those shoulders back into their sockets, and then straighten that leg any amount. So you could, if you notice, I keep my knee bent. So when I say straighten your knee any amount, straighten your leg any amount, it's totally cool to keep your knee as bent as you need to. You don't want to overstretch on your hamstrings, especially the connection behind the knee. Again, I just noticed that my shoulders popped out of their sockets, so plug those shoulders back into their sockets, bend the knee, pull back any amount, just like you're shooting a bow and arrow. And then let that left hip drop down towards the earth. Breathe here, inhaling and exhaling. And then taking it into either you can call this pigeon prep or baby cradle. And if you notice that your shoulders round when you do this, then take your hand closer to your ankle and sit up tall. You can take one hand on your ankle and your other hand up. It doesn't matter. You don't want your shoulders rounding. Just take hold of that shin wherever you can. Lengthen through the crown of the head. And then roll your hip in its socket one way. Roll your hip in its socket the other way. And release. Take both soles of the feet together now for Baddha Konasana. Pull them in as much as feels comfortable. You can, let's just do a little bit of release and press. So press the soles of your feet into each other. Hold on to the ankles and then release the knees down. No pressure, no forcing. Just let the gravity take them down. Inhale, bring the knees up. Exhale, release, just like butterflies. I haven't seen any yet, but I'm sure there will be. I did see a caterpillar today. Inhale, knees up. Exhale, down. The flowers are so beautiful outside. Inhale, up. Exhale, release. Relax the shoulders. And then taking your hands as if you're holding something so special, maybe a baby or a puppy. I have a brand new puppy. One day I'll show you pictures when I see you again, reaching the arms out as if you're trying to take whatever it is that you are holding and reaching it over the river, dropping it gently, releasing it down, lengthen, and release those knees down towards the earth. Any amount. Just feel those hips. Just notice, again, no pressure. Breathing in and out. And then slowly come on up. Now take your feet forward again. Again, spread those fingertips, spread those toes as wide as you can. And now take your hands back and reach the fingertips away from you. And open up through the heart. Walk your hands back as far as feels comfortable. And then bring the throat up toward the sky. Breathing into the heart center. Inhaling and exhaling. And coming back up. Shoulders. Inhale the shoulders up. Call these shoulder earrings. Exhale them down. 2 more. Inhale them up. Exhale them down. 1 more. Inhale them up. Exhale them down. Roll your shoulders one way. And then roll your shoulders the other way. Take the right ear towards the right shoulder. And then bring your head to neutral. And then take it to the other side. And bring it to neutral. And then gaze over the right shoulder. And then back to neutral and gaze over the opposite shoulder. And back to center. Now bring the chin towards the chest. And with the chin reaching toward the chest, gaze toward the shoulder. Just, you can I like to keep my eyes, let my eyes float closed here just to feel what's going on with my neck. Big place that we hold our stress. Back to neutral, bringing the chin towards the chest, not forcing it, just being really gentle, and then bringing the chin towards the opposite shoulder. And back to center. Cross your ankles, come back onto your hands and your knees. Now this time, tuck your toes. Ooh. I love this taping stuff. And bring your hands out and up. Interlace them and relax your head in your hands. And just open the elbows up. And again, we're opening up through the heart. Inhaling and exhaling. Now let your heart release. Just breathe. Imagine you're floating in a pool. Your head is just resting on the pillow of the raft. Each breath you focus on your heart center. Breathing in and out. 2 more breaths here. And come back. Good. Now I forgot to mention earlier that if you use props, please grab your props. You should have or could have been sitting on a blanket this whole time. I forgot to mention that. But now we'll come to some lunges. So if you use blocks, if you don't have blocks, maybe a book, big fat book that you just finished reading, maybe your favorite book. Would love to hear what your favorite books are that you've been reading. Grab whatever props you need or do the best you can without the props. So come onto your hands and your knees to begin. Tuck your toes once again. Sit back on your heels. And then lift those knees up. Toe stretch. See if you can come to balance. Inhaling and exhaling. And bring your hands down to the earth. And then bring your bottom up toward the sky and shake your head yes and no. So maybe your hands will be here. Maybe your hands will release down. Wherever your hands release, just let your head shake yes and no. Nice, beautiful, forward fold. Take 2 more breaths here. Then reach the arms out and up. Okay, I lost you here, but I'll be coming right back in a second. Back to your heart. Good. Now come to the top of the mat. And keep the left leg forward and take the right leg back for a lunge. Make sure the knee is directly over the ankle. Bring the crown of the head forward. Reach the right heel back. So it's good that I'm taping because I just noticed that my hip was reaching forward. So try to square those hips the best you can. So you're scissoring those hips back. The left hip will reach back. The right hip reaches forward. We're breathing here. Inhaling and exhaling. And then we'll play with a little flow with that back knee. So dropping the back knee toward the earth and exhaling it, the heel back. 2 more. Dropping it down and reaching it back. And 1 more. Dropping it down and reaching it back and holding it there and breathing. 5 breaths. Inhaling and exhaling, opening up through the right hip flexor now. And then do drop that back knee down. And walk your hands back. Press through the big toe of the front foot. Pull back that left hip. And then melt over this leg any amount. Inhale and exhale, runner stretch. 1 more breath. Bring the knee back. Bring the hands back. Lift the knee. Look forward. Bring the weight into the front foot. Step forward, forward fold. Press through the feet and reach the arms out and up. Okay, I lost you again. I'll come right back down. Bring your hands to your heart. And we'll do the other side. Reaching out and up. Exhale, swan diving forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Bring your hands back to frame your foot. Take the other leg back. So now the left leg is back. The right knee is directly over the ankle. Keep squaring forward. Keep breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. Take 2 more breaths. Then we play with that flow with that back knee. Drop the knee down toward the earth. And exhale the heel back. 2 more, drop and reach. And 1 more drop and reach and hold there and breathe. Inhale and exhale. Then drop the back knee towards the earth or to the earth and walk your hands back. If you're using props, bring the props with you. Press the big toe of the front foot into the mat. Pull the right hip back, scissor the right hip back, and then forward fold over that leg. 2 more breaths here. Just keep breathing, letting go, breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Then we'll take it back. Bring the knee back directly over the ankle. Bring the hands back to frame the foot. Lift the back knee. Look forward. So you may need to just hop that foot forward with as many little baby steps as you need, or maybe bringing the weight into the foot and then taking forward fold. Press through your feet and reach the arms out and up. I'll be right back. Bring your hands back to your sides. And then take your arms out and up. And forward fold. Bring your hands down to the earth. Take the right leg back. Whoops. I guess I need to walk back a little. And take the left leg back. Plank pose. Crown reaches forward. How about I come over here? Maybe you can see me better. That's better. Make sure the wrists are under the shoulders and the knees and the heels are reaching back and the crown is reaching forward. Now drop the knees down, hug the elbows in, bring your chest and your chin down, slither on through, press the tops of the toes down for cobra pose. Inhaling and exhaling. Now notice what's happening with your pelvis. I'm going to sit for a moment. Notice what's happening with your pelvis. Are both pelvic points releasing down to the earth at the same time, or are you leaning towards one side or the other? Notice and feel, and try to balance those hips. We're all unbalanced, so when we practice yoga, we work on being balanced in every way, physically, mentally, spiritually. Breathe in and out. And release your forehead down to the earth. So we do this in my class a lot. You might not be able to see me, my full body, but walk your hands forward. Walk your hands as far forward as you can and press your hands into the earth and then isometrically drag your shoulders back. Then lift the right arm and the left leg and lower and switch. Left leg, right arm. Left arm, right leg. Come down and just keep going as if you're swimming. 2 more of those. One side and then the other. Strengthening through the back. Bring your hands back to frame your ribs and then press back. Take child's pose. Inhaling and exhaling. Relaxing your forehead to the earth and breathing. Coming back to the natural rhythm of the breath. Inhaling and exhaling. 2 more breaths in child's pose. Walk the hands forward. Bring the wrists back under the shoulders. Bring the knees back under the hips. Press down through all 10 finger pads. Lift the bottom up for downward facing dog. And breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Two more breaths in this downward facing dog. And then lift onto your tippy toes. And exhale back towards the heels. 2 more, lifting onto your tippy toes. And exhaling back down towards your heels. 1 more, inhaling. And exhaling. Good, now look forward and walk your feet all the way to the top of the mat or whatever you're standing on. Press through the feet and reach the arms out and up. I guess I'm not going to be able to be completely in here. Let me see, maybe I can get as best as I can, almost against the wall. Bring your hands down, breathing in and out. And then take your legs wide. Look down at your feet and make sure your feet are parallel. Lift through the crown of the head. Bring your hands to your hips. And then look down at your feet and take the left toes out and the right toes out. And reach up for star pose. Breathing in and out. So reaching those fingers up. Pressing down through your feet. Breathe in here. Bring your hands to your hips. Now, take the left heels and bring them left heel and bring it so it's behind the toes. So you're making that left foot parallel and then turn the right foot forward. Press through the big toe of the right foot. Turn your torso forward. Reach out and up Bend the knee. Bring the knee directly over the ankle. Reaching in 2 different directions. You can gaze over the middle finger of the front hand if your shoulder feels, if your neck feels good today or your shoulders feel good today. Just gazing over the middle finger of the front hand. And then flip the palm and reverse it. Taking the left hand down towards the leg, reaching the right arm and framing the ear, reaching those fingertips all the way back. And then take it into your side angle. Bring the right forearm onto the thigh, take the left arm up, and then frame the ear with your arm, reaching those fingertips. Torso facing forward. One more breath here. Reverse it again. And this time, straighten through the front leg for reverse triangle. And then bringing it into triangle, reaching the front hand forward. Keep going, tipping it all the way into your triangle. One more breath. And bring it back to warrior 2. Inhaling and exhaling. Bring your hands to your hips. Switch. Bring the right foot so it's parallel now, and then take the left foot and face it forward. Exhale the knee over the ankle. Reaching forward and back. Relaxing those shoulders down. Gazing over the middle front finger of the front hand if your neck feels good. Flip the palm. Reverse. And then take the left forearm onto the thigh and the right arm up. And frame the ear with the arm. Stretching through the fingertips. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath. Take it back into reverse. And press through the big toe of the front foot for reverse triangle. And taking the left arm forward. Keep reaching the arm forward as you tip into triangle. Bring it back to warrior 2. Good. Now bring your hands to your hips, turn the foot in, and again, just heel toe your feet together a few times, and take the toes out again. So we call these Charlie Chaplin feet. So the feet are pointing out, reach up for star pose. Breathe here. Just lengthening and strengthening and reaching and breathing. Bring the hands down, bring the feet together, mountain pose. And then we'll take it into tree pose. Keep the left leg grounded, so the left leg will be our balance leg. Either take the foot into kickstand or to the shin. Breathing in and out. Knee reaches out any amount. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath. So you can always stand by a wall if you're feeling balance challenged today. Bring your hands down and we'll do the other side. This time the balance leg is on the right foot. And we take it out and up. And we breathe here. Inhaling and exhaling. Take 2 more breaths. Whoa, I'm a little wobbly today. And then come on down. Back to mountain pose. Inhaling and exhaling. Taking 2 more breaths. And then bending the knees and reaching the arms forward, sitting back in that chair pose. Utkatasana. Reaching your bottom back towards the wall behind you. Sit down any amount. And on the exhale, we'll come into a forward fold and swing your arms back, just like, I guess, a ski jump. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhaling the arms forward and up, chair pose. Exhaling, forward fold, bringing the arms back. One more time, reaching forward and up. Exhale, forward and back. Take it into chair pose. Hold it there for 3. Inhaling and exhaling. And this time when we forward fold, we'll interlace our hands behind us. And forward fold any amount. And reach those arms away. Peel those arms away from your body. Shake your head yes and no. Releasing any tension. Take it back to chair pose, and then we'll reach it all the way up. You feeling those quads? Bring your arms down. Okay, here we come into our favorite pose. Bring your feet a little wider, point those toes out once again. We'll take it into our squat pose, which the most important pose of the class for me. Reach up, and for all of us, it helps us with so many different things. Come on down. So we all have our own variation of squat. You want to bring the arms and legs, connect them, and lift the crown of the head up. Right? Some of us like to lean against the wall while we do this. Some of us like to bring a blanket under our heels to release our heels down to the earth. Do the best you can. We don't want to do this at the expense of our knees, though. Right? This is a really important pose, but there's nothing worth hurting your knees over. Just release down, the sit bones release down toward the earth, the crown of the head lifts. Breathing in and out. 2 more breaths. After that next breath, bring your hands down and remove any props you have, or just spread out the blanket, and we'll come to sit. And we'll stay. We'll come back into our butterfly pose, back into our Baddha Konasana. Sit up tall. Inhaling and exhaling. Take your hands to the outer knees. Bring your knees together. Bring the hands to the back of the thighs. Lean back. Just tap those toes a few times. See if you could find some balance. And then straightening and bending any amount. Straightening and bending. 2 more times. 1 more time. This time, keep your knees bent or straighten your legs. You can keep holding those legs, or you can reach the arms to frame your legs. 1 more breath. And release. Slide those legs forward. Okay, so I don't know how this is going to work. I'll try. As you lie back, I think I'll bring the recorder down. Excuse me. There we go. Come all the way down to your back. Bring your hands on your belly for a moment. And I'm going to sit, but you just listen. Bring both knees into your chest. Hug both knees into your chest. Inhaling and exhaling. Giving yourself a big giant hug. Keeping hold of the right knee, take the left leg up to the sky. And on the exhale, bring the left leg towards the mat or towards the ground, but just let it hover. We'll inhale the leg up. And we'll exhale the leg down. And 1 more time, inhaling the leg up. And exhaling the leg all the way down. So we're still holding on to the right knee. Take the right knee, let me see how to say this. take the right knee in the left hand and then cross the right knee across the left leg. So just a nice gentle twist. Back to center. Now hugging both knees back into your chest once again. This time we keep hold of the left leg and we take the right leg up to the sky and lower that leg almost down to the earth. Just let it hover. Inhale, bring the leg up. Exhale, lower it down. Just let it hover. One more time, inhaling the leg up, and this time letting the leg come all the way to the earth. We take hold of the left knee with the right hand this time, and then just let it cross over the left leg for a gentle, the right leg for a gentle twist. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath. Now hugging both knees back into your chest, taking both legs up to the sky, pointing those toes, flexing your feet. Two more, pointing and flexing. One more, pointing and flexing. Now taking your hands to the outer legs and then opening the legs all the way as wide as you can. Then bring your hands to the inner thighs and squeezing those legs closed. And one more time, taking the hands to the outer legs and opening. And bringing them to the inner thighs and closing them. Now hug the right knee back into your chest and then bring the knee towards your right shoulder and bring the right ankle across the left knee for the sciatic stretch. Thread the right hand through the hole. You can either hold the back of the thigh, or if you'd rather bend the knee and hold the shin, that's up to you. And just bring that left leg close to you and breathe here. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath. Release, bring both knees back to your chest. Take both legs up to the sky, and then other leg, pulling the left knee back, crossing the left ankle over the right knee, whatever variation you took on the first side. Sciatic stretch on this side, breathing in and out. One more breath. Release, hugging both knees back into your chest, taking your arms out to a T, dropping both knees to the left, gazing over the right shoulder, bringing the knees up, other side, gazing over the opposite shoulder, and back to center, happy baby, either holding the shins or the outer edges of the feet, and then just giving yourself a nice little back massage, rolling from side to side. And if there's anything else that your body is asking you to do, feel free to do that. Otherwise, make your way into rest. Breathing in and out, letting your legs relax down. Palms face up, toes splay out, melt into the earth. Breathing in and out. Those eyes float closed, relaxing your tongue, relaxing your jaw, relaxing your fingers and your toes. Imagining that I'm coming up to you and just gently releasing your shoulders down by bringing my hands onto your shoulders and just letting the weight of my hands help your shoulders melt into the earth. And coming back to your breath. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take your arms up and over your head and give yourself a big giant stretch. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Roll over towards one side. Rest there for a moment. And when you're ready, making your way back up to seated position. Take your time. And once you get there, find your nice comfortable seat once again. Let your hands just relax on your thighs. And take a little inventory as to see how or notice how you feel now as compared to when we started. Take your arms out and around. And bring your hands to your heart. And we'll seal our practice today the same way we started with the sound of Om. Inhale. Lokasamaста Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere find peace, freedom, and happiness. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful light with me and virtually everyone else that's listening now. Have a wonderful day. I can't wait to see you all. I miss you so much. We'll all get through this together. We're all in this together. We'll all get through this together. Before you know it, we'll be back in the studio practicing. Can't wait to see you. Have a wonderful day. And go outside and enjoy this beautiful weather we're having. Bye.